All right, welcome back, boys and girls, to the next exciting installment. So again, we've already set up 2 Jamboards. We had the student autobiography Jamboard. We worked on creating the teacher Jamboard that we're recommending, have about 80% done. That way you can kind of model adding in some extra pictures and writing on how to use Jamboard for the kiddos. And then you need to have the We Do one. So we'll have on slide 9, Jamboard We Do. And what I'd recommend, again, just trying to multi-layer and be constructive and utilize the time wisely. I would do the We Do board, covering your expectations. We're a PBIS district. We're centered around being respectful, being responsible, being safe. I know there's a little bit change in verbiage on each campus given the age level. But I would set up the We Do one around this. Again, do what you want, but it's something where everyone's going to collaborate. Reason why I would do it this way is that way you already have the template set up where we have the different stickies divided up, and then you invite the kids to come in and each category talk about last year when you were in the classroom and on campus, what did it look like or what did it mean to be respectful? And Johnny and Sally are going to write blah 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 blah, whatever it is here. And then we come over to the next one, call on a couple other different kids. Again, don't abandon Fundamental 5. Don't abandon the 4 C's. We still need to be randomly calling on kiddos and giving that opportunity for them to write, to be engaging, not just sitting there where you're just giving, sage on the stage sort of thing, or the banking method. We want them to be active participants and engage and following along what's happening. So again, layering it. What did you do for these 3 expectations when you're on campus? And then that way it evolves to maybe on the second day's lesson, we come back and revisit this. Because again, I don't care how old your kiddos are, they're not going to master it in one day. You might have 1 or 2. Great. That's awesome. You have those GT kids, but we're not all going to be there. So then the second day I would come back almost to the exact same slide or slide deck. But then I talk about, okay, kids, we're going to expand. What does it mean to be respectful, responsible, safe when we're online, when we're virtually connecting? What would that look like? That's a whole nother day's discussion. So again, you're covering expectations, which is tied to PBIS, district expectation. You're having the students being engaged. You're talking about what were some of the things, building on prior knowledge on what these look like when they're in the classroom to how they're now transitioning to where they're virtually or doing the virtual instruction and distance learning. And again, reemphasizing your expectations and whatnot. Again, if there's some other way or some other idea that you have, great. But just think about when you're chunking it, you have to model the I do. You have to share that space with them in the We Do. Then you need to release them on the You Do. Again, if you're looking over the context of multiple days where they're coming back and revisiting it, even though on day 1 you might have some high flyers that are done with their student autobiography, you're going to have some kiddos that are not going to be done with them. Give them a chance that second day to come back and add more details to it, more pictures, more whatever. And again, constant process and refining. Same thing like here. I already encourage you all, record yourselves and see how you look. That way you get better. I'm sure I look a little bit better now on one of these videos. I think we're at like number 1920 as opposed to the very first videos because I've gone back, rewatched what did I do wrong, what did I do right, and constant improvement. Our kiddos need to have that same opportunity. So don't just think it's one and done and then I'm going to jump into the content. As I shared with my staff before, we have to keep in the context in mind. This is totally different. We've had kids that have been out of school for 4 or 5 months. When we're looking at August 17th as the first day. So that's going to be first day of school. And then our district's anticipating we have face-to-face instruction beginning September 14th. So that's going to be our second first day of school. So again, we really can't rush into this because, we're in uncharted territory here. We need to have an opportunity to just all of us, ourselves included, kind of get back in the rhythm and the flow of things and how we do our instruction and connecting with kiddos. But again, we're going to have to do it a different way because it's a new platform. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be all wrinkled free, looking great. You need to know that. Your administrator needs to know that. We understand that. But again, it's about constant improvement. Are you and your students getting better than you were the previous day and constantly trying? I've shared with my staff. I'd rather go in virtually and see a teacher attempting, and it's there's errors, there's mistakes, but each day they're trying and trying and trying more, and someone just digging in their heels, being entrenched on, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to pre-record it and I'm just pushing out that video and it is what it is. So just keep that in mind, growth mindset. As always, email me if you have questions. Don't subscribe, and rant and rave in the comment section down below.